Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I am going to be drawing, I don't know, some dude. Probably says it in the title if there's any more descriptive details that happen. This dude will not be Banana Man. But whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and start with a circle for the head. And then... this might be too small. I don't know. Can I fit 7 of these? 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, it's good enough. If we can't draw the feet, it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world. Alright. Now, we have that, but... Or do we... So he's going to be doing a position where he's kind of putting his crotch forwards, and yes, it's going to be a guy. Because he's going to have both his arms out, which we'll go ahead and do the arms now before we focus on the crotch area, because, well, it might be a little easier. We might have to lower those down, but it should be fine. Yeah, the arms are just going to kind of be out. Just kind of making a guess on how far the arms are supposed to go out because, well, they're up, so I have no idea how far they're supposed to go. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to go down to there. They might be a little too short, so we'll maybe lengthen them a little bit. Just add a line because this is just the very basic mannequin. And then the hands. We might have to lower this whole arm because it can't be that high up. And then we'll add the hands right there. What is this guy doing? He has his arms out and he's going to have a jacket on, or just a over shirt. I don't know. It's a jacket. And it's going to be somewhat blowing in the wind, kinda. It's going to be as if he was putting the sleeves on and it's blowing in the wind, and it's hopefully gonna look cool. Hopefully. I don't know, but we're gonna try. And this one is not going to be Banana Man. I'm pretty sure I said that. This is meant to be a different character in the story, which this character shall remain nameless because he does not have a name. Or at least not a usable name at the moment. He's got a name I call him, but not a usable name. So, yeah. He's gonna remain nameless. I'm just gonna call him not Banana Man. Or I'm just gonna call him the Tinkerer, because this one is the Tinkerer. He is the one who uses the sword that I drew yesterday. The sword gun. He's the one who uses those things. And he's the one with Roomba. I may also draw some of his weapons on this page, depending on how good or bad the drawing looks. If it's really good, I'll probably just leave it alone. If it's just decent, really just depends on how I'm feeling. If it's really bad, I'm going to add the weapons. I can't leave a drawing extremely bad. Just can't do it. Not allowed to make it absolutely horrible. We're going to have to lower the shoulder then, because, you know, they can't be the same height if the arm is, you know, the shoulder is... I am so bad at explaining things. This shoulder cannot be raised up as much as this one because, you know, he's tilted. His body's tilted, so that's also going to make his head more in this direction. But we're also going to have to raise the head up anyways because this man does not have a pumpkin head. Which, shit, I just realized I don't know what this guy's face looks like. Because I did not give him a face. I know he's got blonde hair and it's short. But that's only going to help me when I color. Yes, I'm going to say this now so I can't back out of it later. I'm going to color this. I was told to color it. Or I was told to do more coloring in my Discord. So, I'm going to color. Also, I definitely did this too low. I do not have enough room for all of the legs, but A, what are you going to do? I didn't plan ahead, because I never do. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure. Okay, his foot could be... I could draw his foot, like, right there. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 7 heads tall, is how tall a character should be. But I could be wrong about that. Alright, here's our little mannequin. Now we're going to need to give him some muscle. But I don't exactly know how to do that. I do have a reference for this pose. I'm not doing this all in my head. I do have a pose reference, but this is a whammon, and I don't know what the male muscleness looks like. So we're going to be making some educated guesses today. Oh no, I dropped on the carpet. They are educated guesses because, well, I mean, I have been doing this for a while, so I do know some stuff. And I've been to a gym, so I do know some muscle thingies on what they look like and stuff. But, not a professional, so it's probably not going to be proportionally accurate. But that's why we're putting clothes on him. It doesn't need to be 100% proportionally accurate when you give him clothes. Except for he's going to be wearing an undershirt. So it's going to be kind of tight to his stomachal area, which is going to be showing. So we're going to start with the legs. Because the legs are not going to need to be nearly as accurate as the other parts of the body. Because, well, he's going to have somewhat baggy pants on. So I just need to get something relatively body-shaped looking like, just so I can build off of it. Because I really should be making more detailed mannequins than just these cylinders. Because while you can use just the cylinders like I do, for someone like me, who is still a beginner, I should be drawing more detailed mannequins anyways, for 1, practice, and 2, because it will help in case I need to draw something more skin tight than I thought, or I need to understand the folds around an object better. But I'm still not putting that much more detail than I would normally into these legs. And that's because if you've seen a lot of my drawings, I tend to cut them by the legs. I don't draw legs that much. You know, I don't draw that much at all. There's a lot of stuff that I don't draw. Like, I'm gonna draw... I was originally planning on making this not Banana Man, but giving him a pumpkin on his head, which I still might do. Not rolling this out, because I don't know how long drawing face is gonna take. But, my original plan was to just do a pumpkin on his head, like I do for Banana Man, just for the time being, because I don't know how to draw faces. I haven't drawn a face in a really long time. It's gonna take me a long time, but if I just keep pushing off drawing faces, I'm gonna improve other parts of my art and not the face parts, and then I'm going to need to do a lot more studying on faces, which I will do more studying on faces obviously anyways, but I don't want to have to do a lot of extra studying in one specific area if I don't have to. If I can just start including faces in my drawings and it's not gonna hurt anything, I don't see any reason why not to. Now, this isn't the most muscly accurate drawing. This is not going to be directly proportionally correct or anything like that. I'm not trying to get it 100% correct. I don't have a reference for the muscles. I'm just making educated guesses. I'm gonna wrap it in a somewhat baggy hoodie, so it should be fine enough to not affect it, but I want to still try to fill out the muscles a little bit, you know, because just what I was saying earlier about the faces, if I keep putting off drawing muscles, I'm gonna have to put more work into figuring out how to draw them, and I'd rather just kind of draw them passively while studying other things, so that's the plan. And this character will end up being a... Oh wait, I'm using the wrong area. I was accidentally raising this shoulder up a lot, but this one's the one that needs to be lower. This character will end up being a somewhat muscular character. Why? I don't know. He's the Tinkerer, and I just feel like a Tinkerer should be a somewhat muscular person. That's about it. I just feel like Tinkerers should be somewhat muscular, not entirely nerdy and no muscles. I feel like muscles would make them better, so we're gonna give him muscles. So these muscles that I am giving him are somewhat relatively close to what muscles he will actually have in the story. He will definitely be more toned and a little bit bigger, but, you know, I don't know how to do that. So we're going to keep doing what we can do. Yep. Now, will I draw hands today? I don't know. That really just depends. I could use the same excuse I've been using on why I'm drawing everything else, saying I need the practice. If I don't draw hands, I'm gonna need to practice it more, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But hands do take up a lot more time for how small they are, considering to everything else. Like, drawing that face, this face, is probably going to take me a lot longer than it really should, because I haven't drawn in a long time. But it's going to be like a seventh of the drawing and a main point you're going to be looking at, so it'll be worth the time spent. But if I were to just put his sleeves over his hands, is that going to be something that's going to immediately draw the attention and be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah? I don't necessarily think so. Or if you see it, you're just gonna think, oh, the sleeves are over the hands. I don't think it's gonna be that much different, but I don't know. I might draw him, might not. I don't know how to draw muscles on the lower half of the body. I don't know what muscles look like on the lower half. I only know what they look like on the upper half. And I don't even know how to draw a chest. I don't really need to draw his chest because he's gonna be wearing... Oh wait, but he's gonna be wearing an undershirt, so it's kind of skin tight. We're gonna leave that for later because I can, and we're going to draw his head shape now. So if his shoulders are right here, which I do feel like his shoulders are kind of misplaced on both ends, but we're gonna kind of just ignore that. Also, I think that arm is too straight out, but we're also gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore the smaller things because they don't matter too much, I don't think. It's not a huge thing. Now we're gonna give him... He's gonna need a sharper jawline than I'm probably gonna give him. But, you know, we'll go ahead and just give him not a super sharp jawline at the moment because, well, I'm lazy. And I already drew a not sharp one, so we'll go ahead and keep it. And there is our beautiful mannequin. I wonder how long this took me. 15 minutes, basically, for a mannequin. Is that good? I don't know. That boob's too small. Or too low, I mean. His man boob. Water break. Alright, we drew the little mannequin. Now it's time to add the clothes. Alright, why am I looking over there? My pencil's over here. A million pencils. Don't need any of them right now. Don't need this thingy. Not gonna be doing realistic shading. Oh wait, I'm using colored pencils to color. Can you blend colored pencils with a blending tool? Don't go in there. I don't know if you can blend colored pencils with a blending tool. I don't think I'm going to because, well, you see that? That is dyed from the lead. If I tried to use that, it would just do pencil lead, and I assume if I were to use a colored pencil, it would do the same thing. So then I'd have to use like one per color or per couple colors that I'm blending, which just kind of seems annoying. To the alternative of just not blending or trying to use my pen or finger. I don't know. Really just depends. I don't really know what the colors are going to be. I know this guy's hair is going to be yellow. I know his undershirt's going to be black or white. And his jacket's going to be blue. That's all I have decided. And his pants are either going to be a lighter blue or a darker blue or a completely different color altogether. I haven't decided. Because why would I decide something before I start a video? You know, now I'm going to have to sit here for like a while thinking about what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But that's for later me to worry about. I should also probably angle his head downwards, actually. Because I feel like he would be putting his head downwards. But we're not going to worry about that. That is a later me problem that does not affect me putting this jacket on him. Right. Now it is jacket time. Alright, there's going to be... Do we give it a collar? A little bit of a collar, not a ton. Just a bit, you know. It's going to kind of be straight on here, so it's going to not be too visible necessarily right here. It's like swing out. Maybe we should just like do how actual wind would work instead of trying to make it look cool, because it might look cool if it's accurate. Don't know yet. We can. It's not like we can't just try it and erase it if it looks bad, keep it if it looks good. You know, it's not like we can't try things out. That's the whole point we do this stuff. That's the whole point I'm doing this at like 3:30 today instead of like right before I go to bed. Because that's when I normally do these videos. It's like right before I go to bed. I kind of want the thingy to, or the collar to like fold over on this side, if you know what I mean. Like, be out like that, if you know what I mean. I don't exactly know how to explain that, but I want the collar to be folded over. The wind's kind of blowing that way, inflating the jacket and pushing this side up and this side to fold over, and there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that is okay. That is pretty good looking, if I do say so myself. That's not the best, like how it is on that one. That's not the best. I would like to adjust this, but I don't entirely know how I want to make it better, because I don't know how to make it better, but we're gonna try. I could add a little bit more differentiation. We're gonna leave it for now, but I definitely feel like it could be better. I just don't want to spend too much time on that, you know, because, well, you don't want to get too caught in the details. You get too caught in the details, then you're not going to do the whole drawing, and we're not going to get it done in a reasonable time, I mean. And this video is already going to be pretty long, so I want to get the general idea down before I reach that, like, 30-minute mark or so. Because I'm going to have to turn this into a time-lapse. Because, well, to cut the video up into shorter bits, or make the video shorter overall, I'm going to have to time-lapse parts that took a really long time. So I'm going to try to get the basic jacket down. And then, depending on other things, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to cut the video there, but I'm going to include and not include parts after the video is already done, I'll decide which parts were important. So once this part is done, once the jacket is done, I'll cut the video, and anything else you see will either be time-lapsed or not time-lapsed. I don't know. How are we gonna do this? I guess kind of like we're gonna need it to still fold over his muscles, but it doesn't need to be like exactly perfect for everything. Like, I don't need to follow that exactly or anything, because, well, I didn't do that to be an exact guide or anything. Those folds are shit, so we're gonna move on to the other arm, and because this one's a little straighter and it's on my right side, which is a little easier to draw on, because I can put my hand on the paper. So we're gonna try to get this bit. We're gonna go like this, like lower it a little bit, but kind of bump it up because of, you know, his shoulder is there. But I kind of want his arm to be going up, so we're gonna put a fold there, and then put a big fold here. And then put some folds like this, because we're gonna be raising his arm. His arm's gonna go just overall more up than it currently is. And how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna connect from this? Well, let's go ahead and say that this will be the general from here point, and we'll go from like this and that and this. There we go. Perfection. That's pretty decent. I don't know if I'm gonna add like a zipper or a line around like right there, but that really doesn't matter. That's details. We're not at that point yet. Alright, so the elbow is going to be right here. So we're going to kind of have to point that a little bit more, and we're going to have to raise this up more, obviously, because of the arm going up. And I guess I'm going to have to add tiny linies to this as an outline. Am I supposed to do tiny linies before or after color? I don't really know. I may try a little bit of both, and you may say, what do you mean by a little bit of both? An overall outline in tiny lines first, add the color, then more details on top. But I'm gonna have to test if tiny linies mess up the color. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they mess up the color. I don't know if they like go on color differently. I don't know. So we're gonna have to check that shit out before we test it, or before we do it, obviously. But it should be fine. There we go. Right now, we're just giving him holes right here. We might fill them with hands later. Right now, it's just a hole. It's not the best sleeve I've ever done, not the best sleeve I've ever seen. It's a little complicated, but I kind of really like how I connected it there. It's not the best connection in the world, but I don't know why I like it so much. But we're just gonna stick with it because I like that connection, and that is literally the whole reason we're sticking with it. Alright, there we go. There we go. And what was this supposed to be? This was supposed to be a thing that wraps around at the bottom, which we will be adding, because I just do generally think that that line at the bottom is cool. How long's it been? 24 minutes. Alright, we're going to start the time lapse now. Whatever else you see is what I thought was the most important. Alright. Alrighty, now it is time for the most awaited part, the head. Is it really the most awaited part? I mean, if you watched the whole video, technically you're waiting, and this is the final part, so technically, I think it is. I don't know. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm just fucking around. But I have no fucking clue what I'm about to do. I haven't drawn a face in forever. I do not remember how to draw a face. Do I have any pictures? I mean, yeah, I still have that picture of that girl up that's doing the pose. But do I have any pictures that's gonna help me here? No. Not a single fucking one. Why would I do that? Why would I give myself help? That sounds like a friggin' stupid thing to do. Helping yourself? What the f did I do? Alright, what am I doing? Okay, I'm kind of just stalling by saying random shit because I really don't know what I'm actually going to do. What the f are they saying out there? I'm pretty sure you'd... Shut up out there. Pretty sure you could probably see his, probably see his chest. Damn interruptions. This is completely not the head, but I did want to move that, but now it's in line with the color, which is not good. If you do not know, lines that are like in line with each other like that, not good. These are completely separate things, but they're in line with each other, so they run together. That's not good. That's not saying you can't do it. You can do that, but it's not good to do it. I do it more than I definitely should, because I do it a lot in Banana Man drawings with the eyes and the lines, but ow, yeah, I don't care. You shouldn't do it. You should avoid it. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if it happens, especially if you color and those things are different colors and clearly different colors. But also, it still doesn't look the best. It makes it look off, not incredibly horrible, just off. Alright, enough stalling. The collarbone is not good, but we're just disregarding the collarbone for now. We can actually worry about the other stuff later. Why is that on my screen? Oh. Alrighty, shouldn't have any more distractions. Now it's just time to draw the head. Draw the head. Do it. You yeah. Draw the head. Why aren't you drawing? You need to draw. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, make the chin pointed. All right. Yeah. Don't round it a little bit more. There you go. That's good. Good. Go faster. All right. You're doing good. Good job. Proud of you. His head's too small. Yeah, it's too small. Do it again. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it'd be funny to keep that up the whole time, but I don't think I could keep that up the whole time. Mainly just because of it's hard to move my hand and talk at the same rate because I'm not used to doing that, and it's hard to talk to my hand, like in direction of my hand, and make sure it's looking at my hand and make the hands interact with each other. It's just a little more difficult than I'm gonna do, but whatever. Alright, yeah, his face is not looking ideal. I don't think his chin's necessarily horrible, but since I don't remember what faces look like, I feel like it's wrong. Oh shit, I just remembered I'm gonna have to draw hair too. Oh no. I haven't drawn anime hair in forever. I used to love drawing hair, and I think I still will once I get good at, or, well, I mean, I wasn't good at it, but once I get better at it, I think I definitely will enjoy drawing it again. But son of a bitch, I do not remember. What if I just, kind of copy and paste a hairstyle from a manga? Well, I guess an anime, because I'm not far enough in the manga. What if I just, you know that guy? Probably not, because who the hell, I don't know. There's a guy in an anime called Shangri-La's Frontier. The one who is the professional gamer, the blonde one. That guy. What if I just use his face? His face would be fitting on this character. You know what? No, I do think I'm going to keep his undershirt. I think his undershirt will be the right idea for a tinkerer, and I think I'm going to have to rough up this thing and maybe shorten the sleeves a bit too. Or maybe make it more lab coat-like by making it a little bit longer so we can hide more stuff under it. That would, that would be good. Make it a little longer so we can hide stuff, but still have the collar popped up, because I think if you do that right, it looks cool, obviously. And he is the character who I previously stated many times does a lot of stuff because of rule of cool. He thinks it's cool. It works. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. I am putting off doing this. You can probably tell. His head shape doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, should we draw the line in the middle of his face so we know where the line is? Alright, that's a very symmetrical face. Look at how symmetrical that is. If you can't tell, I'm joking. But, his eyes will go right here. Right there. His nose right there. And his mouth right there. So yeah, that looks proportionally good enough to me. Now I just need to figure out how his hair's gonna work. This lady doing the pose has long hair, so I can't steal her hair. Do I look something up? No, we're not gonna look anything up. No, we're gonna do this alone. We got this. We can think of hair. Come on, let's think. Come on, think with me. Think. What should the hair look like? Well, he's gonna have short guy hair. So think of a character who has short guy hair in anime. A lot of characters. So now let's just try to draw that. You know, just try to draw the hair that you don't remember what anything looks like. Maybe we should try to draw the eyes first. Oh, but I don't remember what eyes look like. Perfect. He looks amazing, doesn't he? I think we can just call him done here. I'm obviously joking. I'm looking over at my manga. I'm gonna steal someone's hair. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and add a tuft in the middle that crosses, that I've seen a decent amount of characters have, and then we'll have some hair like that before it kind of goes out, and it's going to kind of be a little wild out. I don't know if I'm going to want it to go down that low. That's kind of weird looking, so we're going to just go onto this side for the moment, just to get this hair done too. Right, and that, like that. We're gonna pretend like this is all good. Yeah, that's all perfect and beautiful. Yep, that's good. Alright, well, that part's not going to be added, but I think this is overall not terrible. It's not amazing. It's not like going to win me any awards. It's not like worth praising too much, but I think it's not bad, so we'll go ahead and call that good on the hair. It's not perfect, not amazing, but for just coming up with some random stupid shit on the fly, I think it's not bad. So we're gonna fix up the areas that I wanted something different on. Alright, this area is supposed to be pointed down, and that was supposed to be it's supposed to be pointed out. Out and wrap. That's good enough. Well, now that one points inwards, it kind of looks weird. So we're gonna just cut that middle one out and do that instead, as if it was there. All right, there's his hair. I don't think it's perfect, but it's not bad. I actually do kind of like it, just mainly because that's technically, no, it's not the first, but that's the second hairstyle I've ever made just fully in my imagination. I don't really like that top connecting part, but you know, whatever. All right. These eyes and mouth, I'm gonna grab a manga and use that as a reference. I'm not coming up with that on my own. I'll be right back. Alrighty, it's done. It definitely could be better, as of you can see right there. It's low. It's low, not the best. The pants are long, but I'm not gonna fix that. The face is obviously off in places, and the collarbone is not where collarbone would 100% be. But we're gonna call this good. And you may wonder, hey, but you said you were gonna color. And yes, I am gonna color. But that's gonna be in another video. Freaking loser, you gotta wait for another video. It'll be posted on the same exact day, because I'm drawing it now, so I'm gonna post it tomorrow too. So yeah. If you want to see the coloring, just go in the channel. Just take a looky-loo in the channel. Bye-bye.